Please put your hands together and keep them together for one of our favourite local poets, Kate Yeah, keep it coming! Keep it coming!
I've got a bag of tea towels. I thought that was amazing. Experimenting with iambic pentameter. Usually 15-year-olds are experimenting with drugs. Well done. I'm impressed. Lucas asked me if I had much new stuff. I think I've got 2 new poems, so you can, I'll save them so that I don't peak too soon. I might start with my tea towel. Shall I start with my tea towel? You have to hold it up for me because I haven't actually got it written on a piece of paper. I've literally only got it on a tea towel.
So you can read it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have that back to the audience. That's a big no-no, isn't it?
Yeah, not in my set, it's not. They're not interested in you. It's all about me. So, Erica Smith did these amazing tea towels with oranges on. I want to do that because I'm just learning British Sign Language and that's orange. And I was well gel because she did the Wendy Cope orange poem, which is amazing. And I was like, oh my God, I want to have a piece of fruit on a tea towel with a poem. So I decided to write a poem about a pear, and Wendy Coates is really nice about somebody recovering from mental health issues, depression, and sharing an orange and how it makes it feel fantastic. And I thought I'll write something all worthy. And mine ended up just being slightly dirty. So I always end up being rude, even when I'm trying to be like really nice. So, oh God, bless on, I'm so fucking old. Can we come up a bit? Thank you. So it goes like this, gotta love a pear. I am caught unaware by a pear at the point of perfection, fat-assed and sexy, sitting cute in the polished fruit bowl, but firm and yielding, just a hint of perfume. A pear ripens from the inside out like a person. You resist my bite slightly, just the right amount of pressure to gain access to your gritty flesh. Your juice a sticky discharge down my chin. I know! The apple took one for the team in the Garden of Eden, but it's the pear who's the real dirty bird on the platter. Curvaceous, ponderously bottomed, delicious. What's not to love? Come here, you big fat juicy bitch. Available from the bag. I've got a poem that only comes out once a year because it's a Valentine's poem. I know we're in January, but can I just get it out there? Because I can only do it once a year. It's called £5 Worth of Love. Saturday, the 14th of February, I stood outside Tesco Express. 1 dozen red roses for £5, the sign said. Disappointment in bouquet form, it might as well have read. I love you, but only £5 worth of love. I love you, but only if it requires 0 effort, 0 thought, and a creativity factor of 0. My heart is full, but only to the extent allocated by a Tesco's marketing guy. For Tesco's, a fleeting promotional campaign, but for womankind, a romantic gesture left to fester in a supermarket bucket. Fuck it. We'd rather have nothing. So men of Britain, listen up. The way to a woman's heart is not through a pre-packed shrink-wrapped forced flower display. It comes in a different way, knowing you left your zone of comfort, entered the female world of flowers, communicated, thought, considered, hand-picked every rose, and paid, of course, through the nose. I'm just going to go straight into a bit of filth, because that's what I do best, really. So I have quite dubious musical tastes. I kind of like all music, but I've got this penchant for boy bands. Just can't help myself. And I do like Take That. I really like Boyzone as well, actually. But yeah, I do like Take That. Oh, and Wondy. I like them all. Anyway, I wrote a Take That poem because they appeared, this is quite a few years ago, in a Marks and Spencer's advert at Christmas. Does anyone remember that? Just me. I videoed it. And they're all in M&S suits, and yeah, I liked this advert a lot. So this poem is about that, and it's called Take That, because I'm really unimaginative. Take that, don't they look cute in an M&S suit? I would like to undress them, loosen their ties, stroke their thighs. Yes, even Gary Barlow. Although Howard and Jason are easier to imagine coupling with, and Mark Owen, I could do some going with him. I'd like to be covered in Take That man fat. I imagine a fivesome, them and me. I'd relight their fire. I'd never tire of their boy band banging in a tangle of Take That limbs. I know it's not right. I feel contrite as soon as the fantasy has faded from my mind. But Take That, don't they look cute in an M&S suit? Right, this is a new poem. So Zavrin did an amazing poem earlier about the whole Me Too thing, and I'm really fucked off with everything at the moment, and I'm particularly fucked off with men whining, going, oh no, picking on us, no, we don't know how to behave. The Telegraph had a headline that said, well done feminists, now men are afraid to help women at work. And the Daily Mail said, is hugging still okay? Because they just really don't know what is acceptable to women in society now. So I feel really sorry for all those confused men. So I've written a little poem for them called It's Hard Being a Man. Jesus Christ, it's difficult being a man these days. It's impossible to know what you're allowed to say, deciphering signals of what you can and can't do. Now even flirting is verboten because the killjoy lesbian feminist mentalist can't take a bit of banter. I mean, who knew abusing a position of power was a bad thing? It really is that confusing. What exactly is meant by consent? Saying yes and preferably not being unconscious at the time. It's a fucking minefield! It was so much easier in the good old days when giving your secretary a slap on the arse and calling her a good girl meant you were a proper gent. Now people get their knickers in a twist over being kissed whilst held down by both wrists and filmed. Or feel uncomfortable when you aggressively dominate a public space, shout lewd insults in their face and laugh at their tits and other bits of their anatomy. Uptight, much like I was only joking. It's so hard not to come across as creepy or pervy around all these nervy little ladies who get upset at unnecessary internal examinations from a qualified physician with a PhD in being a cunt. It really is hard to know if random pussy grabbing is okay or not. I get that. I myself have to control the urge to cock grab on a daily basis. It really is a struggle. What an awful model. So much clearer when unwanted sexual advances were positively encouraged and beating the crap out of the wife was life-affirming. Part of the wonderful yin and yang of woman and man. We all know where we stood and oh, it was good. Now you could virtually get arrested for holding a door open or saying good morning to a lady in an overly cheerful way. Poor men, the horrid lesbian feminist mentalists have stitched you up like a fucking kipper. No wonder you're all feeling confused and sorry for yourselves, because it really is hard not to be a complete fucktard. So, good luck, my little dick-swinging chums. Sorry that the nasty lesbian feminist mentalists have spoiled all your fun. Thank you. I'm married to a man. People often think I'm not because I've got short hair, so it's like shorthand for being a lesbian, obviously. But I am actually married to somebody with a penis. I'm also a marriage celebrant, and I'm sort of amused by the fact that I'm married and a marriage celebrant, because I kind of see marriage as slightly state-sponsored slavery, but I'm kind of part of it. So I also celebrate it. Yay for state-sponsored slavery. But what I am surprised about is how many women women who marry men, still take their husband's name. I just find that completely bizarre. It never occurred to me to take my husband's name, but I would say 90-odd% of women still take their husband's name, which I find a bit weird. So I wrote a little poem called Why Take His Name? Why take his name? You are not one in the same. You are two people building a life of mutual respect, which seems kind of lame if one of you has to deny your identity and take the other's name. Kate Clark, it's my husband's name, shit name, isn't it? Kate Clark was never missed. She didn't need to be kissed goodbye because she didn't even exist. She was a figment of a patriarchal imagination. My train never stopped at her station. I embarked on my marital journey with my identikit packed, and the name, the only name, my name, intact. Yeah, it used to be a Clark. That's a rubbish name. Sorry, lovely husband. Well, I do that little poem because it features my husband. It's called Mr. Charisma. My friend has a husband. I call him Mr. Charisma. He has been scrubbed clean of any personality. He comes to drop off my kids after play dates. I say, all right, mate, through gritted teeth, then heave a sigh of relief as I close the door. Imagine a night in with him, I say to my husband. He is so unbelievably boring. My husband doesn't reply. He is on the couch in front of the telly, fast asleep and snoring. I came in late this evening because I had to go to parents' evening, so I'm a very responsible mother. Parents' evening used to be hideous because my oldest daughter was a bit naughty at school. She nearly got excluded permanently for taking weed into school, which is a very bad idea. And I said to her when she did it, I said, why did you do that? And she said, well, a boy asked me to. I thought, yeah, so progressively, I've got 3 daughters, and progressively parents' evening have got better and better because the 3rd daughter is like this model student, so the teachers all love her. So I quite like going to parents' evening now, whereas before it was kind of like, oh my God, Lottie Conway's mum. Oh. Anyway, teenagers are a bit mental, so I wrote a poem about them, and this is really aimed at my dear, lovely eldest daughter, who at 17 has sort of come out the other end of the nuttiness. So it goes like this. Anyone got teenage kids? I know there are teenage kids here, but has anyone got them? Yes. What are they like? They all right? Not too bad. Oh, lucky you. Okay. Goes like this. Teenagers are a bit mental. They're actually totally mad. They go from being basically good to being really fucking bad. They say things to try to shock you like knob and dick and fuck. And at every opportunity they try to push their luck. They think I have no knowledge of drugs or sex or life, but came into being fully formed a boring middle-aged wife. They do that pouty selfie smile and push out their boobs and ass. Subtlety scores 0, 10 out of 10 for crass. They're mean to their siblings and obscene to me and Dad. Probably the worst parenting experience I have ever had. I don't know if I have the energy, motivation or drive to try to keep control of this shit till they're 25. It's like supervising a toddler who can also drink and smoke, where the hazards have got more challenging than trying to stop them choke. Sexting, revenge porn, illegal highs. I'm just hoping that in the next 10 years nobody dies. Once they get to 40, I may begin to smile, but forget about the teenage years, they're absolutely vile. I'm trying to find ones that aren't just filthy. It's quite difficult. Oh, who hasn't had children yet? Oh, right, I've got a little bit of advice for you here. This one is called the X-Files. Has anyone had children that they retrospectively thought, oh, that was a mistake, I shouldn't have had children with him? Is that just me as well? I completely fucked up my life compared to all you lot. So this is for people who haven't had kids yet. It's called the X-Files. If you have children with someone, it's hard to properly X them. You have sexed them. And now you have to maintain a relationship for the sake of the kids. Whether you can do this with any civility seems to be a matter of luck. So my advice to all of you is, be careful who you fuck. As you can see, I have very carefully ordered set. What I do is just grab a pile and hope for the best. Oh, let's do a vagina poem. Yeah! I think we need to cut right to the quick. So, it's quite a while ago in America, in one of the bits of their, I don't know what you even call it, parliament, what do you call it there? Congress, that's the word I'm looking for. They were debating abortion, and a female congresswoman used the word vagina, and she was kicked out because they said, oh, well, that's a dirty word, you can't use that word. She's like, seriously messed up. It's not a dirty word, it's anatomical reference, and it's quite hard probably to talk about abortion without using the word vagina at some point. Anyway, that's America for you. So this poem is about that incident. It's called Vagina. Vagina is a dirty word, conjuring filth and smut. Reproductive rights are dangerous when every woman's a slut. The world will be wiped out by a tsunami of sexed-up lady juice. The citadels will fall as the reverberating moans of orgasmic nymphettes knock down the walls of Jericho. The strength of female sexuality is to be feared, virginal motherhood revered. How about normality, reality, women working, striving, succeeding, being? Vagina is an anatomical reference. Some people fear the furry beast, its tenacious attachment to the female kind, its unabashed links to the female mind. They think this little toothless creature is really, really scary, but it's not. It's soft and wet and hairy. Embrace the word vagina and fanny and muff. The poor little quim has had enough. Call it what you like, let vagina be heard. It's a beautiful, fragrant, delicious little word. I'm on a theme now, so I'm going to do another one. This is about hair, body hair, because I think I've spent a lot of my life trying to remove body hair. And sometimes I just get really fucking bored with it and just think, oh, just let it grow. I want to look like the Joys of Sex woman with massive, great, furry muff. This is about that. It's called Bushy Bush. If you were to look at my bush, you may be disappointed to see that it's pretty hairy, au naturel. You can tell that I'm lazy about my trimming routine. I'm not living the Brazilian dream. I've tried depilatory cream and sat on the side of the bath, my legs akimbo, reading the Guardian Saturday magazine for the stipulated 10 minutes whilst the chemical smell of burnt hair fills the air. Then I scrape away at the gunk with the special fanny hair scraping tool provided in the box. It is pink like the reddened flesh revealed, uncovered, fresh and pristine before the stubble starts to push its way through like a new flock of post-defuzzing pimples make themselves known. Pizza crotch. As for Hollywood, I can't even entertain such a thought, to be returned to the status of prepubescent or porn, to be reborn with a naked fanny, unabashed labia on display. And who say so? Why is a hairy muff not the stuff of nocturnal emissions? Whatever positions they employed in the Joys of Sex, the vexed question of how bald your beaver was never discussed. In the 70s, a bristling bush was an absolute must. Sometimes I'll have a little prune, a tidy up just to make myself feel like I have a modicum of self-respect. I'll accept the removal of bikini-lined foot soldiers marching down my thigh, a splinter group leaving the mothership and slipping out from under the leg of my pants and down, 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 ever further down, but really, what's the point? As fast as I snip and shave and slip, slap, slop, another crop of pubes is making their move. And as it's only my husband and the nurse who does my smear, and that's once every 3rd year, who see my Jack and Danny, I'm just gonna celebrate my big fat hairy fanny. Right, I'm going to do periods next. I'm just going to get it all out there.
Not literally, I hope.
No, not literally. That'd be weird. Tampon tax. Are we all familiar with the tampon tax? Could I have a yes? Are we all familiar with the tampon tax? Yes. So tampons taxed because they're a luxury item, and our own MP, Amber Rudd, when it was put to the vote, she voted that the tax should stay because she thinks it's a luxury item. So when her birthday comes round, I think we all know what we should give her. So this poem is about that. It's a tampon tax poem. It's that time of the month again, when I spoil myself rotten. Forgotten is the daily grind. I set my mind to more decadent things, fanny pads with sumptuous wings. The more mattress-like, the more I crave them. Save them for this special bit of me time. Sublime and secret, just a tampon and me. Luxury. Mini, regular or super size, ready to slip between my thighs. No man need know the thrill of unwrapping a lulette, the best a girl can get. No boy can know the joy of being carefree, roller skating whilst wearing white trousers. Knowing that your sanitary bling is doing its thing. A magnificent mop-up job going on in my pants. And the chance to feel... oh so special. I love it when the decorators are in. When Aunt Flo comes to stay. when I'm marching with the Red Army, when I'm surfing the crimson wave. My chance to splash out, paint the town, treat myself from the feminine hygiene shelf. It's a hedonistic, hormonal roller coaster ride. We take pride in our psychosis. The diagnosis of menstrual madness is a badge we wear with pride because it means once a month we get luxury inside. Fucking beyond ridiculous that you would say that tampons are a fucking luxury item. I mean, if you've ever had a period, let me tell you, it's just not fun. It's just not fun. Right, anyway, let's do politics, not just gender politics. I don't only do gender politics, I do real politics as well. So I've got a Donald Trump poem, which actually is a bit gender politicsy. I've just realised as I said that, because it's about the fact that he is just a fucking shit, isn't he? And the whole pussy grabbing thing really boiled my piss. So I thought, right, what would really annoy him? And I thought probably being sexually assaulted by someone like me, because I'm not at all long blonde hair, big boobied, Barbie kind of a gal. Nothing wrong with that, that's Donald's thing, isn't it? That's the kind of woman he likes. So I had this little fantasy about sexually assaulting Donald Trump. I'm sure we've all had it. So this is my Donald Trump sexual assault poem. I have kidnapped the Donald and tied him to a chair, naked. I am naked too. He should be repulsed by me. I'm a 2, possibly a 3, a pig. But I have studied and read and learned from the Zen master of lewd sexual practices. He has made it clear what he likes, so I crank it up a notch. I grab his crotch in a way he must surely understand. My hands all over him, uninvited. He must surely be delighted. And then I lean in closer. My soft, unboobed job breasts come to rest against his ginger moves. Look at you, I say. I mean, you're a fat pig. What are you, like 15 stone? I mean, you're disgusting, right? I'm a very successful businesswoman. I lie. I know this stuff, and you're a dog, a slob, an ugly piece of nothing. He groans in pleasure, as I knew he would. And then I go in for the kill. I start speaking in Spanish. ¿Dónde está la plaza de la revolución? Where is Revolution Square? 2 ida y vuelta para Valencia para hoy, por favor. 2 return tickets to Valencia for today, please. And finally, the one I know will really bring him to the brink. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán. Hey! I am not a sailor, I'm a captain. I tug away at his little Trump pump. Riba, riba, I scream as magic Trump cream gushes forth. A torrent of all-American jizz juice. The Donald is helpless. He whimpers in spent shame. His brain is fried. Whereas I feel euphoric. The joy of an historic Donald wank in the bank of my personal pride. I whistle the opening refrain of the Star-Spangled Banner in a manner that suggests I'm a winner. To me, it is plain. I have single-handedly made America great again. Oh, that's done it for them.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, up, really, I suppose. It's way past my bedtime. This is a new poem. I'm going back to the marriage theme, and I say the marriage vows a lot because I marry people. And I actually think, as a feminist, that forget all the old patriarchal traditional shit around marriage, which you don't have to do because none of that is the legal stuff. The actual legal bit, the actual vows you legally say to make you married, I actually think are all about equality because you both promise exactly the same thing. So I've kind of, would you agree with that, Jane, who was a registrar?
Absolutely.
Thank you, sister. So yeah, anyway, I got all serious for a minute. I'll stop that because it doesn't really work, does it? So anyway, I thought about the marriage vows, and then I thought about when I made my marriage vows, the woman that did the celebrant bit said, you know, and in times of adversity, think about the vows that you made to each other here today. And when I'm really fucking pissed off with my husband, I do try, and then sometimes I think, yeah, but they don't reflect reality, do they? So I wrote some sort of marriage vows that reflect the reality of my marriage and my life. So it goes like this. I do solemnly declare to share my shit with you. Not just the gorgeous, horny, honeymoon hot shit, but all the shit. The boring shit, the PMT shit, the all about me shit, the needy, greedy, gone to seed and don't give a shit. I vow to enter into a pact of codependency where I fail to learn how to put air in my tyres because I'm working on the premise of why keep a dog and bark yourself. I will disable myself in several vital areas required in normal adulthood because it's not my department. But what is my department is vast. I vow to share your shit and I'm a past master at looking after people, so trust me, you've actually lucked out. I call upon these persons here present to witness that no matter how old, saggy and fat my body gets, it's yours for the taking. And in return, I'm making a promise to accept the fact that there's only one cock I'll ever be sucking. Sorry, we've got a lifetime of fucking each other lined up, and I'm okay with that because I get the other stuff too by being with you. The person I phone first when shit happens and I need a hug and the right words said. And even when you get it wrong, I know you tried for me, and I do solemnly declare to hang on in there even when you're a right royal pain in the arse. I'll admit when I'm wrong, which is never. Try not to go to bed on a fight, have your back, be in your corner, cheer on your successes and gloss over your failures and your failings. I promise to laugh with you in joy, to cry with you in sorrow, and to be there for every tomorrow. Just pump up my tyres, stoke the fire, and take out the bins, whether it's recycling or the general household waste. The rest, I'm on it. So I declare us mutually satisfied with this situation of state-sponsored monogamy. Well done for choosing me, and possibly good luck. I think you may need it. Can I finish on something? I don't know what to finish on now. It's like I've come too soon. Pete, yeah, I'm going to finish on Little Red Riding Slut because it's all been feminista, hasn't it? So let's end on a feminist poem. So quite a few years ago, Joanna Lumley, who's a national treasure, said something about don't get drunk, don't fall down in the gutter because you might get raped or bopped on the head or something. Don't dress like a slut. I'm paraphrasing, but she said something like that, and I thought, fuck right off, Joanna Lumley, you twat. So I then wrote a poem called Little Red Riding Slut, because I was thinking about Joanna Lumley, and then it got meshed up with Little Red Riding Hood and this whole thing from childhood that the wolf's gonna get you because you're a slutty girl. So it goes like this. Little Red Riding Slut. Little Red Riding Slut, slip through the forest to Grandma's hut, your baskets overflowing with forbidden fruit, your knickers showing, your gusset fairly covering your belt-like skirt, Little Red Riding Flirt, trailing pheromones on the forest breeze, Little Red Riding Tease. You swig from a bottle, stagger, stumble, wipe your lipstick mouth and mumble, breath spilling out, top like a rag, Little Red Riding Slag. Filth in every word you utter, vomit smeared snipe of the gutter. Watch out, the wolf will have his way, and the village folk will sneer and say, it's just what you were asking for, Little Red Riding Whore. Little Red Riding Slut, get thee to Grandma's hut and stay there. And the moral of this story, like it or not, you can't ignore it. If you're a girl, you're asking for it. Fuck that. I'm going for a new happy ever after, filled with love and light and laughter, where drunken girls are free to roam and all the wolves can stay at home. So no matter how off your head, you end up safely in your bed. I've got one more new one, it's tiny. And I don't even know if it's finished, it just was a thought, because, you know, Saudi Arabia allowed women to drive and everyone was meant to be like, yay, rather than going, for fuck's sake, really? Come on. So this is a tiny little poem. House of Saud, you are so proud because you have allowed women to drive. Fuck off, you fucking power-crazed, money-grabbing, patronising dicks. It's a work in progress.